again, everybody. High above the ice alongside Braden Lebelzik and Kyle Heavey. I'm Zach Johnston here on Manchester Public Television, Channel 16 coverage of NCIAA Division I boys hockey. It's a pleasure to be with you here on this Wednesday night from the JFK Memorial Coliseum in Manchester, New Hampshire. It is the visiting Windham Jaguars against the Manchester Kings. Kyle, what a Game 1 performance for Manchester on Monday.
Zach, great to have you back from college. As you're so used to saying NCAA, it's NHIAA today. And here we are with seeing what this two teams can do. They're both 1-0 on the year. Manchester had that big 6-0 win versus the Goffstown Grizzlies on Monday, while for this Windham Jaguars, they were able to take down the Bow Falcons 3-2. So both teams know how to score 3 or more goals, and this will be a great challenge for both teams to try to continue their winning ways or, get their first defeat of the season. A little humble pie.
It was honestly a surprise for Manchester coming out and putting up 6 goals on a Goffstown team that looks big, strong, and hard to beat. So they did a great job coming out and setting the tone. For Cam Roberge, they're riding the hot hand, obviously. He's their workhorse goalie. But not only is he a hot hand, he shut out Goffstown. That's the way you want to have your starting goalie start the season.
Braden Lebelzik, you obviously know what it's like to have 2 senior goaltenders, and you're only on one spot here. So Cam's going to stay in net here, but Aaron Bodewin got to always stay ready. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and the game is on. Here we go. Ty Adams back, and this will be Dante Salamini sending one toward the net for the Windham Jaguars. Starting goalies, Roberto Robles in between the pipes for Windham, and the aforementioned Cam Roberge in the net for the Kings. Frank Tessier was our first star of the game on Monday. He is red hot, and a big hit from Cade Tripp to set the tone, redirecting off the boards. Ty Adams looking to hold possession. He does. He tosses it off the far wall, chipped back in by Blake Paquette. Into the neutral zone, sent right off the body of Ty Adams, who tries to send it out of the zone, and falling there was Sam Kramer, and now an early chance for Windham, a pass that goes off of the body of Ty Adams, sent off the glass by Tyler Canton, but then retrieved by Windham. So this possession will continue. This is Kramer in the corner, down low, a chance early, but missed wide. Kept onside by Grayson Quaglietta. Down low, shot save, gobbled up there by Roberge, and that was Cole Carrier. We'll get back on the topic here, Brandon Lebelzik, of Manchester having 2 senior goalies. For the last 3 years, though, it's been Cam Roberge in between the pipes for the majority of games.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Zach. I thought you were going to add more to that, but yeah. But yeah, obviously with 2 senior goalies, it's definitely tough if you're the guy not playing, but obviously you got to ride the hot hand in certain situations, but Aaron Bird will get his time.
I know Aaron Bodwin very well, and he's very content waiting for his moment, I'll say that. They love watching Cam Roberge be their workhorse, and, being able to get it done in a 6-0 victory, you're not going to have any questions about goaltending, and I think Bird is very aware of that.
Yeah, Roberge has always been a really good goalie from even when I played against him when he was a sophomore. He was lights out.
He's been the driving force of this Manchester team that has made the playoffs in the last 2 seasons. Losing to Pinkerton 2 years ago, and then beating Pinkerton, and then losing to Concord last year. But Manchester's just got to keep getting better. And with a 6-0 win in Game 1, they're certainly doing that. Nasor and Sloper head down, and the rebound, Sloper will control it. And Sloper slipped and fell.
Ice Monster
the
again.
Camelot Ice Monster trying to...
Both teams having players drop down.
From behind the net, gathering that was Josh Martino, and then a shoulder thrown by Blake Paquette. A rolling puck that gets controlled by Max Volcanis, and then a turnover and a chance that's blocked in the slot, turned away, and Windham still holding with Tessier pestering and sending him down, and then a loose puck in front of the net is stopped by the stick of Cam Roberge. Parsons will dump this, and now Tessier will charge his way up the ice with Boylan on his right. And a big hit, and could be a penalty coming up on Josh Martino. A trip will be called, and the Kings will go on the power play.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a trip or interference, but either way, Manchester will take the power play early in this contest. And Windham, who has really kept the pressure on through the first 2.5 minutes, will now have to deal with a penalty kill. And Manchester knows how to score on the power play as well.
We watched Trinity score very quickly on their power plays, and we'll see if Manchester can follow suit.
There are 5 Jaguars out there.
Yeah,
Zach.
Trinity did that too. They were adding extras, and he was still on the ice when they dropped the puck. That one dumped down, and it'll be Canton to retrieve it, and a quick clear from the killing operation for the Windham Jaguars. Tyler Canton, the captain of the Manchester Kings, will send the puck back for the speedy Frank Tessier, looking to cut his way up the ice. Manchester on a man advantage. Down low, it's Tessier. He'll take it behind the net and drop it back for Nasora. Nasora waiting, and he's got McLaughlin. McLaughlin's pass broken up, but kept out. Canton will take it. McLaughlin with some open net, shoots it, and it's blocked. A good block there by Grayson Quaglietta. Cross-checking. Another penalty will be assessed. I didn't quite see it, so
Bells, do you see anything there? I was following the puck on the camera, so
this will be on Andrew McLaughlin in a quick power play. Nope, excuse me, Cade Tripp, rather. He will head to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking, and this face-off will now take place in the Manchester zone, just when it looked like the Kings maybe were getting something going on the power play.
That's a tough penalty right there. So at least we'll have a minute 26 of 4-on-4 hockey, which a lot of open ice here.
Waiting is Quagliata, who'll take it around behind the net. Centering pass, and they miss the net. A good chance for Windham early on in the 4-on-4. Offside, very clearly offside, was Declan Fleming. Although sometimes your eyes aren't always on your exact position, so maybe what you think you're an inch forward or an inch back, and you end up being offside.
Michael Toth and Dave Levesque have been busy here for the first 3.5 minutes. Those are the referees for tonight's game, and boy, they're getting their money's worth so far.
Boylan, the man to try to grab it, take it for Manchester, and now Matt Vachon, pestered by Quagliata. Still a puck battle as Boylan will try to take it, and this is Ty Adams who will chip it and keep it in the zone. Adams fighting for the puck, and it will roll into the neutral zone. Canton trying to clear it, and now a chance, and that is blown dead very quickly as Josh Jardell, the Windham captain, could not clearly enter the zone without an offside call. He'll head to the bench, get a quick change. Both teams with a man in the box. It's a 4-on-4 with 11:05 remaining in a scoreless contest here in the first period. Nasor will win the draw and chip it away and attempt to send it his way up the ice, but it ends up going the other way, and Cam will cover.
Braden, does that count as a shot on goal right there?
I don't think so.
Okay, it was a weird, backhanded in, hit off a King player, and now Cam has to cover it up. So
Nasora will meet with Kramer in the zone, in the face-off dot, and Nasora will chip it, and Kramer will take it and dump it and take it himself from behind the net. And he's got Volcanis in his area who's chopping for it, and here comes Tessier with Nasora. Speed with speed. Tessier's shot is deflected by Robles and into the netting out of play. A minute left on Manchester's penalty, 26 seconds left on Windham's. So it'll be 26 more seconds on the 4-on-4.
Weirdly enough, I love 4-on-4. I mean, it's just there's so much space.
I want a 3-on-3. I'm a huge fan of NHL's 3-on-3 overtime. I would love to see a 3-on-3 here.
I saw it on Sunday was the UNH Wildcats were able to win in overtime versus the Dartmouth Big Green. So it is certainly fun to see. And
Windham will have a chance. Kramer, shot goes wide and is turned away by Roberts. Sorry, complete brain fart there. I don't know it happens.
It was a stinky one too, Zach.
Yeah, I was watching the play and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't say the goalie's name. I've said the name Cam Roberts so many times, I had to look down to see it for like the first time in 2 days.
It's been a busy 72 hours here, seeing this Kings squad, and well,
they've impressed us so far, Kyle, and they're continuing to do that as they, with 5 more seconds, will kill off the Cade Tripp penalty. One more rush. Kramer on the right side. Couldn't find a recipient for his pass. Bouncing puck down low. This could cause some trouble. And it gets turned away. A breath of fresh air, a breath of relief there for Manchester, but not fresh air yet. They got to get it out of their zone. Ty Adams going for it alongside McLaughlin, who's fresh out of the box. Adams sends this back for his line mate, Tyler Canton. They get it out. That's off of Boylan's stick. No icing. They escape it. Adams sends this off of the wall in front of the bench. Sent down by Salamini. It's Canton who will send it the far side, and it's retrieved by Trudell. Trudell off the boards to Cole Carter, and Cole Carter got the shoulder of Tyler Canton, the physical defenseman captain for the Manchester Kings.
Bells, I can say I'm loving your sound effects with some of these hits and some of these maneuvers that are going on in this ice here. That as a former player, were you doing the same thing in the goal in your mask of?
Oh, totally, I was, Kyle. I mean, that play in front of the net where Windham almost had a goal on Cam Roberge there. I thought that Sam Kramer had a high stick, but this is why I'm up in the booth and not down on the ice reffing. So
could have potentially been waved off due to a high stick if the puck had entered the net. Tripp will tip that, and now sent down by Trudell off the far side corner. 8 minutes, 10 seconds. No score here in period number 1. Still very early in this contest, and an evenly matched game so far that has seen 2 penalties. And one of them to him multiple penalties, actually.
Bouncing puck.
Bouncing
trouble.
Could have been trouble for Roberto Robles, but he holds steady as we're under 8 minutes. So the outstretched stick of Sam Kramer, who will weave his way in. And still no whistle. So Roberge decides to pass the puck out. Boylan pressing for it, but it's Kramer who will take it for Windham, and then a stick lift. They lose it. A shot turned away. Second chance opportunity gets broken up by Max Volkanis and Andrew McLaughlin. Across the red line will send it down. This is Vachon. In the corner, McLaughlin with him, and then dumped to the other side. Boylan in pursuit of the puck, looking to keep it in the Windham zone. Vachon going for it, but Kramer will send it. And here comes Volkanis, who has to spin around after almost losing the puck, finds Sloper, whose shot goes high. Will Sloper scoring the first goal of the year for the Kings on Monday. Nice. Parsons able to dump that down. And it's picked up now by Josh Martino, who will send it the other way. Icing called at 6:52 in the first.
Jaguars have done a sensational job so far of really keeping the Kings on their heels. They have not been able to get one past Cam yet, but there's certainly is a big face-off for the Kings to try to take this lead and put the pressure back on Windham itself.
Off the glass, gloved by Canton. He'll attempts to dump it down. It gets about halfway into the zone before being picked up by Windham. This is Trudell, and now taken by Nasora. Nasora scored as well on Monday. Frank Tessier receives a hit from Josh Trudell. And now racing down is Cole Carrier, who sends the puck away and is now picked up by Frederick Barker. Nasora up the left wing. Nasora's got Sloper on his right, dumps it and chases it. Nasora to the net, nobody there. Sloper overskated it and could have had an opportunity. And now it's Carrier who will send the puck behind the net. Canton in the area. Canton will take it and move this up for Cade Tripp. Cade Tripp away from the stick of Barker. Shoots, and it goes wide. McLaughlin able to pick up the rebound and send it down behind the net. Cade Tripp picking it up. Slapping it again behind the net the other direction. Declan Fleming along the near side. Long pass too far. Icing called. 5:48 here in the first.
Cade Tripp giving a Merry Christmas to Sylvain down there in goal. Excuse me, it's not Sylvain, it's Robles. I don't know why I had it wrong in my head. But Cade came in and came in a little too hot. That Robles did not appreciate that.
A face-off on the right side of the Windham zone. Unable to be corralled by Parsons, but back to retrieve is Volkanis. And a long pass, no icing, touched now by Josh Martino. Martino sends it back to the far side. Pestering for the puck is McLaughlin. It's controlled behind the net by Ethan Peluso. Parsons down low, from the blue line, tried to send it down low, and it was taken by the Windham Jaguar, Ethan Peluso. A long pass for Manchester that gets broken up by a Windham man in the neutral zone. Parsons will send it to Max Volkanis behind the net, who will try to chip it up for McLaughlin, but it ends up being taken by Windham. McLaughlin will chip for it and send it into the Windham zone. McLaughlin again in another second chance will take it, trying to send it to the slot for Nasora, but broken up by Josh Trudell. Trudell will take it up now, getting past Nasora. Trudell racing into the offensive zone for Windham. Trudell with a shot, and it's blocked. Rebound, second chance, saved by Roberge. Chipped away from the slot. Boylan trying to get it out. Vachon as well. Here's a huge opportunity. Dancing in. And a blown play dead. Whistle saved by Roberge. Some physicality in front of the net. No penalties called. 4:36. We're under 5 minutes to go in the first period. Zach Johnston, Kyle Levy, and Braden Lebelzik. Still no score here from JFK. Windham versus Manchester.
Yeah, certainly both teams getting opportunities, but that was a big one right there for Windham, and Cam Roberge stayed strong and was able to stop that from getting past him.
Off the draw, Johnny able to chip that out. And what could have been a cross-checking from Tessier was not called.
Could have been a trip right there on Ty Adams as well.
Wow, that could have hit somebody in the face if somebody was sitting right there, and I almost kind of want to get that, but
well,
someone
else is going to get it for you.
I'm the close one, too. If someone's going to get it, I got to jump to up here.
You gotta.
I'd love to retrieve pucks if they're sent up here, but I would autograph it and then throw it back out there.
Yeah, it's not my favorite thing as a commentator trying to.
Shoots and blocked, and another chance shot wide. Man, did Frederick Barker have a chance there. Sent towards the net and turned away by Roberge. And then a tumbling puck down the ice. And no icing. That's a huge break for Manchester. Now the puck's in their offensive zone. Vachon trying to go to Nasora. Hit by Quaglietta. Sent towards the net. Wide by Canton, and Adams in the area. Now chipped away by Tessier, who will go back, who's got Solomini on his tail. He is trying to find Canton, and he does. Canton with the puck on his stick, off the boards, too far for Tessier, and the puck will slide into the possession of Ethan Peluso. Peluso with a long pass and has his teammate, the captain, Trudell, walking in. He's got a man on his left, sends it towards the net, and a pad save by Cam Roberge. Puck off the glass, and then fighting for it now. Sliding back to Canton off the far wall. No icing will be called. It's off the stick of Robles, and Windham looking to reset themselves with a long pass, trickling away. Adams can't control it. This is a chance for Trudell. With a good pass, kicked away. Second chance. Roberge stands tall, and he keeps it out. What a defensive stop from the Kings. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left, but Windham has some offensive momentum. Boylan in pursuit of the puck. It's turned and dumped away by Ethan Peluso. Behind the net now, controlling it is Martino. Knocking it out is Canton, and then falling is Paquette. Shooting off the glove of Robles. Rebound controlled by Martino. Off the glass, down the ice. Roberge will knock it down. Under 3 minutes to go. This is Parsons. Too long of a pass for Canton. Icing will be the call, and we'll have a face-off in the Manchester zone.
What a fast first period this has been, guys. This is incredible to see that both these teams wanting to get on the scoreboard first. Windham with this face-off in the offensive zone. Manchester's got to stay strong, and we'll see what happens on this face-off. Well, you can see that Dave Levesque saying, guys, get back.
We're looking at a Manchester team, guys, that primarily beat Goffstown due to their speed. And we'll see it showcased right here. The speedster Frank Tessier, down low, great pass, and a save by Robles. My goodness, what a stop. Long pass picked up now, Volcanis. Manchester can just do that. They can just win a faceoff and have Frank and Johnny just go. They got offensive opportunities waiting for them with the speed that they have on this hockey team. That could be a penalty. It's not. Boylan maybe got a little too much of the stick on the Windham player there, and then he gets a big hit there on Grayson Quaglietta.
Yeah, Grayson's dad, the head coach, and certainly must have some hockey knowledge as his son's looking pretty good here tonight.
Head coach of the Kings, Jeremy Baker's son, plays for Pinkerton, and we have seen him play. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was a senior last year.
Yeah, he was a senior.
He was a senior last year.
To have your dad take you out after you take out your dad.
That's right. He was. Yeah. Windham with a chance here. Shot going wide from Josh Trudell. Chipped and kept in there by Carrier, and he'll get the puck right back and drop it back for his teammate. A nice little sequence of passes. That's too far there from Volcanis. And we'll see a face-off.
Well,
And an icing called. 15 seconds left until we reach the 1 minute mark. Still no score.
yes.
Braden, what are you thinking as a goaltender when all of a sudden you got 2 speedster wingers coming right at you and there's 1 defender back checking?
Oh, who's gonna play shooter?
That's
who's
right.
got the pass across?
Yeah.
That's what you gotta think. You gotta communicate.
And sometimes you would think communicating, and you're the only one with a cage. Oh, not the only one with a cage on, but like a full cage. It could be very hard to hear pretty well. And communication is key in pretty much every team sport.
Yeah, you kind of took the words right out of my mouth there, Zach.
As a baseball coach, that's what I preach. Adams with a backhand pass, connecting with Canton, up ice for Tessier. Tessier along the left side drops this for Johnny, who shoots and scores! Johnny scores again, and it's 1-0 Kings with 47 seconds left in the first period. Johnny Boynosora makes it 1-0.
You can see the smile underneath that mask saying, let's go. They've been pelted with shots left and right from Windham, and finally sending one through the net to put up a 1-0 lead. And well, who knows, this could be the start right here of a domino effect.
I talked to him before the game for a long time. He told me, I'm lighting the lamp again, get ready to say my name. And it took him, with a minute left in the first period, to find the back of the net. And it's a 1-0 Kings lead thanks to Johnny Nasora. He might do it again here. Nasora down low. Loose puck. They score! They did it again! Unbelievable! It's 2-0.
Wow, look at that, guys.
And they're going to have Frank Tessier lead the way. Him and Johnny are unstoppable. Nasora and Tessier make it 2-0.
18 seconds apart to take a 2-0 lead. And wow, unbelievable. That line is doing magical things so far through the first 2 games.
That was a bouncing puck similar to what we saw on this side, but Manchester taking advantage of it. Boylan down low. Vachon whiffs on it. We're at about 15 seconds left in the period. Anything can happen. We have a helmet off of the captain, Tyler Canton, which will stop play at 13 seconds. Wow. We were looking at a 0-0 game with under a minute left. You blink and it's 2-0.
We got a Windham player going to the box.
I was going to say, something didn't seem right. How does your helmet just come off like that?
That's number 11, Ethan Palezzo.
Ethan Paluzzo will head to the box. 2 minutes, and man, Windham. I'm almost at a loss for words because Windham was a minute away from heading into the first intermission 0-0 with the offensive momentum in their hand. And all it took was Johnny Nasora beating Robles on his far side, glove side, an absolute rocket of a wrister to get the momentum, the speed of Tessier and Johnny able to facilitate the second goal. Now they're on the power play with 13 seconds left in the period. So they're either scoring again under a minute or they're going to start period number 2 on the power play, unless they commit a penalty. Moved up, this is Volcanis. They got 10 seconds. They should try to get at least one shot off here before the period ends. This is Vachon, it's moved back. Adams shoots and misses it wide, and that will wrap up an eventful first period, but the most eventful part being the final 60 seconds. The Kings score 2 goals under a minute to play, and will head to the second period on the man advantage. What a way to end the first. Kings 2, Jaguars 0. How about that for a first period? I'm Zach Johnston with Braden LeBelzic and Kyle Heavey. This has been a very entertaining game of hockey so far. Stick around here on Channel 16. We'll be right back for period number 2. Back in action for period number 2. The Kings with a dominant last 60 seconds of the first period. Draw a penalty, score 2 goals. They lead 2-0 and are on the man advantage. Zach Johnston, Kyle Heavey, Braden LeBelzic. Pleasure to be with you. Back for period number 2. Manchester looking to make it a 3-0 lead here on the power play on the slick new sheet of ice here at the J. Manchester will have to get back on side as Windham able to dump it as Trudell chased and hit captain v captain as Canton takes him down. And now this could be a 4-on-3. Going down low, Tessier. Here's a chance, shooting high above the net there is McLaughlin. Nasora back to Canton. Canton shoots. Wow, he almost slid himself into the net there.
Hey, Bells, have you ever done that?
I don't think I've ever done that.
That seemed like a far slide backwards.
I think it's just
There's
because
no way the shot was that hard that the inertia took him that far.
Maybe it was
backwards.
that hard.
Maybe. Maybe.
With the way of still 64 seconds remaining on this 5-on-4.
Johnny
man
able to
advantage.
chip this back to Tessier, who spins with a backhand, keeping it on side, finding Canton, who turned it right back over to Kramer. Bad pass from the Manchester captain. He'll go back and retrieve it with 50 seconds left to go on the penalty to Ethan Peluso, waiting in the box.
Like the give and go, but that was just a very slow pass.
Canton again with a drop pass that Tessier wasn't initially there for. Tessier enters the zone, shoots, kicked away, rebound controlled by Windham. Puck staying in the zone by Boylan, who will keep it in. Tessier waiting. Tessier being pestered really well there. 10 versus 10 as Cole Carrier was doing a good job against Manchester's speedy Frank Tessier. That dumped down. Manchester will pick it up.
Well, now with only 10 seconds remaining, they got to at least get one more shot and keep the puck in the zone because that player still has a long ways to skate to get back onside.
Vachon shot that high. Boylan's got it back at full strength. Boylan waiting. Boylan circling. Patient Boylan gets it chopped away, and they'll have to reset.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly, it's not easy coming out and trying to get momentum on the power play because sometimes starting the period on the power play, you can feel the pressure of trying to succeed as best you can. Some teams are a little bit slower when it comes to gaining their momentum. That will be icing. 12:45 left here in the second period. It's 2-0 Kings over the Windham Jaguars.
Braden, it's got to be tough too because that puck just saucers across the ice so much more with fresh sheet like that. It's tough to make those passes that you expect to be a little bit slower and they actually go fast.
Yeah, I know that Cannell, the Trinity Pioneers hockey coach, he's a big fan of keeping the puck on the ice. He loves when the puck's on the ice. He hates those saucer passes.
Racing down the near side is Nasora, whose attempted shot gets lifted off of the stick of Roberto Robles and off the netting with 12:33 left in the second. I'm Zach Johnston with Braden LeBelzik and Kyle Heavey here from the J. It's 2-0 Kings. Nasora will take the draw against Carrier. Nasora will win it, chip it back to McLaughlin, who sends this over to Volcanis, a long pass. Adams trying to keep it in. This is dumped out now by Trudell. Josh Trudell sends this out. It's picked up. Volcanis puts one on net and ending up off of the glove of Robles. Here's Carrier. Carrier spinning. Great pass to Frederick Barker, but no shot on net. Windham trying to set something up. Shooting. Right onto the body of Cam Roberge. He covers.
He really blocked that near side goal post as strong as he could so that nothing was getting past. That's not always easy to do when, like we've been hinting on, this fresh sheet of ice. So here we go. With another
off the draw, taken away, still in the zone. They can't clear it, shooting. Kick save, rebound, knocked away. Ty Adams from pressure by Kramer. McLaughlin racing for it down the far side, a little too far for Tessier, but Tessier will control this in the corner and chip this over for Nasora, who has it in the near side corner. Dump back for Tessier. Tessier wanting a wraparound. He didn't go for it. Tessier waiting patiently, sends this off the boards back to Max Volcanis. Volcanis gets checked hard by Nate Cicchetto and will have an offside.
Yeah, the coaches right here are a little bit perturbed. Coach Baker is saying, get it down low. That's all we were hoping for. And instead, the faceoff will come right underneath us and right in front of the Manchester bench.
Just under 11 and a half minutes left in the second period off the faceoff. Possession battle turns into Vachon, moving this up for Boylan. Tripp's got some room. He shoots, kick, saved by Robles. That's a good shot by Cade Tripp. He lifts that a little bit higher. He beats him glove side just over the pad, but a little too low, and a nice pad save made by Robles.
Did Bells, you and your brother play a lot with Cade and Mac Tripp at all? You guys are both around the same ages.
Yeah, I played with Mac Tripp a decent amount. I don't think Bryson ever crossed paths with Cade, but we've always known that family pretty well.
Big hit. Sent down. controlled by Parsons, and Parsons will go behind the net, and Canton will send this forward for Tripp, and then it's turned over and taken by Cole Carrier. A long pass broken up in front there by Parsons. We'll see the loose puck ended up knocked away, no offside. This is Trudell in the corner. Chipped away, it's a race for the puck, but instead, icing will be the call with 10:40 left in the second period. 2-0 Manchester.
I wish we had a tally going for all these icings. I feel like there's been like 15 of them so far this game.
Kyle and I, there's been a game where we've kept track of the icings. There were many, many icings we've done. Primarily, girls hockey saw a lot of icings. There was one girls hockey game we did where it was just icing after icing after icing. And then there were many boys games where that was the case as well. Here's Kramer. Kramer with a good pass, but then it's mishandled, and now Sloper gets taken down, and offside will be called.
Yeah, it was so close to being a clean 2-on-1, and the puck just did not get to the blue line in time, and now face-off will come on the other side.
Tessier will take it with Nasora and Sloper on his left and right. It's one, but chipped into the zone, taken by Windham. Tessier will have it in the neutral zone, move backwards, and then try to move it up. Sloper is not in front of the red line. He'll dump it down. No icing.
Well, look at Manchester putting some pressure
on.
Off
a turnover, Sloper's got a chance with a good stick handle. But a good defensive stop there by Grayson Quagliata. And now, racing down the ice, go the Jaguars, looking to cut the lead in half. Shooting, tipping, save. Another great stop by Roberge. Under 10 minutes left here in the period. The net has come off the moorings after a hit. After Adams took a hit from Sam Kramer.
Yeah, you can see they're both heading to the bench, and it looks like Ty got the worst of that. He is kind of grimacing a little bit coming over this way. And Bells, those goalposts are not always the softest, huh?
No, they're not. Even when the puck comes back off the post, that thing's still got some heat on it.
Chipped out, Manchester will send it off the glass. Boylan trying to knock it down. Windham will keep it in. Behind the net, Parsons, and squeaks out in front of the net. This could be a juicy chance for Windham. Manchester able to break it up. 2-on-2 coming. Boylan on our near side. Boylan able to drop this off from Matt Vachon, whose shot gets blocked going up in the air, knocking it down. McLaughlin shoots, and it goes off the side of the net.
Oh.
Off the top of the glass, gloved and kept in by Canton. Shoots and misses it wide, another one off the glass. Parsons with the body. Can Parsons keep it in? The puck is stationary and will end up on the stick of McLaughlin in the neutral zone in front of the red line. Canton will rip one off the stick of Robles and will be controlled by the Jaguars. Not anymore as Parsons sends this down low. I'm not the only one that saw that. That could have been dangerous there for Robles. Moving over, Trudell shoots, misses wide. Another one blocked. Great job by Canton getting the body in the way of it, but will labor his way up the ice. Tessier finds Tripp, and Tripp finds the mask there of Roberto Robles. Another goalie getting hit in the face here, Bells.
Yeah, another one. Oh, not fun when that happens.
Tripp, almost made his way around Martino. Another one on Roberge. He tips it away. Robles and Roberge, it's just, they're combining. And then Windham's goalie's name is Roberto Robles. There's just so many R's going on. Are you ready for a good hockey game? We've gotten one so far.
Okay, Pirate.
Besides just a minute of play, it's, if you take out the end of the first period, it would still be 0-0. That shot gets blocked. But nonetheless, the score's the score as we're under 8 minutes left here in the second period.
I am thoroughly impressed at how many shots this Kings squad has blocked here.
Keeping a low pass that could have been dangerous. Windham holding this in the corner, trying something to center, and then Manchester will ice it. And we'll have a face-off inside the Windham zone. 7:42 left here in the second period.
Yeah, I've been able to see Manchester put up 8 goals on the year so far, Zach, and it's great to see that we're nearly halfway through this game, and anything's possible. 2 goals lead, as our good friend Rich McDonough always says, is the worst type of lead in hockey. So we'll see if Manchester's able to add one more, but it's a tough face-off in their zone.
Parsons sends one down. It's stopped at the blue line and then kicked away. Sloper gets a little tied up in front. Behind the net, moved over for Paquette. Back over, Boylan in the area, trying to break up the opportunity. Shooting, tipping off of Roberge into the far corner. Parsons trying to pester. Parsons able to lift the puck up. A drive going wide of the net from Windham. Boylan in the corner, possessing the puck for Manchester. Boylan racing away from the outstretched stick of Cole Carrier. Moving this off the boards and another icing from the Kings. With 7:05 left here in the second, it's been icing after icing. And I'm sure you, Braden Abelzi, could agree with that.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's certainly not the game plan that Coach Baker has in store, but the guys are not able to get it out of the zone very well so far. And with 7:05 remaining, they got to do their best to get out of the zone.
7:05 after the draw. Puck way up in the air. Could have been dangerous. That's Frederick Barker in the area, but now Manchester taking it out. Here's Tessier. Tessier racing in. Tessier down low to Nasora, just off his stick and wide. McLaughlin against Kramer. Puck still in the offensive zone for Manchester. Tessier trying to keep it in. Puck battle, Tessier and Nasora for Manchester in the area. Tessier able to dump it behind the net. It's picked up by Ethan Peluso. Got a rolling puck. It's Canton who will knock this off the boards. Another one off the boards. Dancing around here is Frederick Barker. Barker, that's dumped down by Peluso. Deflection off the boards, and Parsons maybe got eaten up by the Camelot Ice Monster. It's the new name we've given in honor of JFK to the JFK Ice Monster, eating up the players.
That blue line is very
Big hit. Taken by Andrew McLaughlin. He'll feel that tomorrow. It's a foot race for the puck that Johnny will lose because he has to change, but Tripp trying to knock that puck forward, but Windham will take it into their zone, and a rolling puck finds the stick of Josh Martino. Martino off of Tripp, and now Manchester will have a chance. Dumped in and off of Martino there. You always got to have a head on a swivel as a goalie because there have been some weird deflections, and there can always be a weirder deflection. That's how I like to think of it. Weird bounces and ricochets off sticks, skates, players' bodies, the boards. There's always something for the puck to hit.
Yeah, especially
referees too.
The referees,
Yeah.
the post.
Especially here, Zach, with how small the JFK rink is.
Exactly. Dumped around behind the net. Blake Paquette cuts and spins beautifully around Ryan Boylan. Instead, it's Volcanis chipping it out, but now it's Paquette who will take it up the ice. Paquette cuts in front of Ty Adams and trying to find someone to pass to. Boylan has that taken by Fleming, and he'll dump it down, and Fleming will hold it and send it over to Trudell, and Trudell weaving in.
Oh, unfortunate. A Jaguar had kind of gotten spilled down and wasn't able to get past behind the blue line. You can see the frustration as he skates over to the bench. Like, I couldn't get back across the line in time. Sorry, Coach.
Under 5 minutes. We're at the 4:58 mark here in period number 2. It is 2-0 Manchester Kings. All of the scoring has come from the last minute of the first period.
18 seconds apart. And we really haven't had any penalties called in a little bit. We'll see if that changes in the next 4.5 minutes.
The puck has found the stick of Max Volcanis, who will send it around the boards for Johnny Nasora. Nasora kind of whiffed on it at first and then found it and chipped it. But now it's picked up by the Jaguars and moved back for Kramer. Kramer up the ice. Kramer away from McLaughlin. Kramer racing in. Now he's got Adams to beat. Kramer down low. Finds it back to the blue line, shooting, and it's blocked.
Another block shot, Zach. It's incredible to see what this King squad is able to do on defense.
Tessier shoots, and the blocker of Roberto Robles turns that aside. And it's not just Robles. I would say Windham has been very clean, despite the 18 seconds within the last minute of the first period that saw them, or really just the last minute that saw them commit a penalty and give up 2 goals. But other than that, this has been a very clean and balanced hockey game. But, really it just goes to show all it takes is 18 seconds. 2-on-2 coming. This is Ty Adams with Ryan Boylan. Rebound, Boylan. Oh, he couldn't get a shot off. That was a juicy rebound. Adams back to RB. He flies it, kind of shoots it in the air a little bit, and will take it behind the net. Boylan waiting. Boylan stops, sending it to the net. And they couldn't get anything there. He was looking for Cade Tripp. Under 3.5 minutes, Cade with a big hit. Keeping it in is Canton. Puck bouncing around in the slot. Vachon trying to keep it in the zone, and it's picked up by Kramer. Kramer taking it in, and offside again are the Jaguars.
Oh, it's the captain of all people that goes offsides. You got to wait for the puck, bud. And, we'll see Grayson Quagliata and get discussed with his dad a little bit there of, hey, just skate half a step slower next time.
3 minutes, 19 seconds in the second period. Still 2-0 Manchester. McLaughlin will win the draw and send it back into his zone. Parsons will retrieve it with Canton receiving this on the other side. Canton moving it up the wing. Dumped in by McLaughlin. Barker. That ended up blocked there by Warren, and now the puck kept in by McLaughlin. A long dump will not hit the net and will be icing.
They were going for a Tyler Sagan circa 2011 Boston Bruins type goal right there. Just send it down deep and make the goalie work there, and instead it went for icing. And with 2:47 remaining, Windham is starting to get a little agitated that they are not able to get a goal so far. Deflection there in front, and he's going to be into the corner. And
back to Canton in the neutral zone, and he hit his own teammate, but will stop play.
You can see that Garrett Warren was just like, what am I supposed to do? I was trying to get out of the zone. What?
We'll make a change for the Kings. Nasora unable to win that. Trudell will move it up. Trudell will send it toward the net, and it's trapped by Roberge. 2 minutes, 31 seconds. There's been a lot of stoppages here in this period, I think.
Really, the icings, the offsides, it's been just not a very fun period. But either way, Manchester was able to get, 2 goals late in the first, and have just remained just playing great defense so far. And they don't mind that Windham is trying everything that they can, and they're just not doing successfully the things that need to get done to score a goal.
Under 2.5 minutes, still a 2-0 Manchester lead. Robles will move the puck out of his crease. Turned over. Here's a chance for Manchester. Vachon finding McLaughlin's shot. Puck up in the air after the deflection and covered and caught by Roberto Robles.
Bells, those are probably your favorite ones, huh?
Yeah, those ones, those muffin-type shots, those are pretty easy to stop.
You don't have to worry about a 70-mile-per-hour slap shot. It's just a little bit of frustration here.
2-0 lead for Manchester with 2:16 left, and a late change here for Windham.
Yeah, I was going to say, he definitely will be kicked out of the face-off circle for this delay.
Tessier moves this out from McLaughlin, who will send it down behind the net. McLaughlin turning it around, and now pass for Kramer. From Kramer, collected by Quagliata. Quagliata, drop pass back, and nobody home. Under 2 minutes.
How does that happen, Bells? Defensive change or just trying to make something happen?
Yeah, maybe like a little miscommunication out there. That could be it.
Kicked around in pursuit of the puck now is McLaughlin along the near side, and a shoulder taken, and then another hit on Tessier. I think the longer this game goes with Windham without a goal, the more physical they'll be. There's a shot going too high. Canton lost his stick, and then a penalty will come up on Windham.
Wow,
Interference will be the call because Canton lost his stick. 1:22 left, and heading to the box is Ethan Peluso.
This is a second time to the penalty box. He was the culprit to end the first, and now here he is ending the second. So for the final 1:22 of this period, the Kings will be back on a power play.
I wonder if this power play will result in the same outcome of the last period.
Well, that didn't. No goals were scored on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Sloper able to move this out. Adams shoots, blocked. Great block by Carrier. Adams trying to keep it in the zone. Sloper will go back and chip this out for Adams. And now Cade Tripp,
oh boy,
struggling to control the puck. Cade Tripp has it poked away and now slaps it up his way, but it is controlled by Fleming, and now the puck stays in the zone. Tripp able to move it up ice. Manchester not really there. Under a minute left to go here in period number 2. A minute and a half left to go on the penalty. Boylan taking it up the ice along the near side. Ryan Boylan cutting in the corner. Boylan still with the puck. Back to the blue line for Adams. Adams back to Boylan, waiting for some space. Here's Adams, shoots, tipped, up in the air, and will go wide. And Windham will clear it. We got 20 seconds left to go here in the period. 2-0 Manchester. Just under a minute left on the penalty to Ethan Peluso. The interference call. They got 10 seconds. Johnny Boy Nassor will race the puck up ice, cross the red line, get away from the defender. Nassor will do it all himself. Shoots one off of Robles out of play with just under 3 seconds left.
you pull the goalie here, guys. 6 on 5.
You never know.
6 on 4.
If you win the draw and chop it down, you don't want to give up a softie like that. You're already up 2-0. If this was 0-0, 1-0 possibly, I wouldn't mind it at all. But off the draw, and that will end the period. Despite the fact they came into this period with immense momentum from their 2-goal last minute of the first period, still no goal since that 1 minute mark. It is still 2-0 Manchester, and they will begin the third period on the power play. Zach Johnston, Kyle Levy, Braden Lebelzik. We'll be right back for period number 3 here on Channel 16. Stick around. Ready to get back in action here for period number 3. Kings on the power play. They lead 2-0. 38 seconds left on the penalty to Ethan Peluso. And we'll be back in action very shortly when the third period begins.
Yeah, they got to make sure the goalposts are all set in good shape. Bells, you know how to deal with that time and time again. Sometimes this ice is difficult to try to jam the pegs in after the Zamboni. But away we go either way.
And the third period begins, and Andrew McLaughlin will take it back under 30 seconds on the man advantage. A turnover quickly. Windham will have a shorthanded chance. It's broken up by Canton, and here come the Kings. Tripp and Nassora. Nassora, the goal scorer, the first one, shoots one wide. 10 seconds left. Tessier, the other goal scorer, keeps it in and gets decked. And then a response hit from Cade Tripp. Kyle Braden, this game's going to get more physical as it goes on.
Both teams 19 shots on through the first 2 periods here, but the difference is Windham has allowed 2 in. So they have 17 saves on 19 shots, while Cam Roberge 19 saves and looking for number 20, except somehow did not stay on the stick of a Windham defenseman.
Sloper clearing it. Boylan in pursuit, but Fleming getting there first, and then a deflection pass off the boards and then behind for an icing.
Those always kill me. You don't mean to do it, like send it that far deep, and next thing you know, you're hurting your whole entire team, and you have to go the length of the ice to do a faceoff in the defensive zone.
13:52 left here in the third. Face-off coming in the Windham zone. Waiting a little bit more, and in the draw, won by Manchester, chipped out for Boylan. And then up a little too far past Parsons, and will be retrieved by Volcanis, and Manchester trying to extend their 2-0 lead. McLaughlin across the red line. Dumped that off of Martino's stick, and now deflecting off the stick of Cole Carrier, and now the puck deep into the Windham zone. A long tape-to-tape pass from Peluso to Barker. Barker will shoot one off Volcanis. Volcanis will check him after, and then behind the net, Volcanis will send this down the length of the ice. Icing call.
Well, 76 minutes so far to start the season for Cam Roberge. Can he get to 90 minutes? We'll see here with 13-11 remaining to try to keep his scoreless streak going to start this season. But we only have 4 Kings out there right now. And it's finally getting out there to be there for the faceoff is Nasora.
Puck dropped. Windham shoots. Kicked away by Roberge. Into the corner. Possessed by the Jaguars. Puck will find its way to Tessier, and now Adams has it knocked away there by Trudell rather. Cutting back is Adams. Has Canton. Too far of a pass. It goes off of Windham's Declan Fleming. He'll take it behind the net. Sends that off the wall. Ty Adams will kick it and keep it in, and then Windham will take it out, and actually turning around to Sora has a chance to find the puck in the corner. Chipping it behind the net. Picked up by Fleming. Controlled center ice. A hard rip down by Canton. Manchester gets a change.
A much needed change. That was a long shift right there, and it's all going to be about fresh legs the remaining 12 minutes of this game.
In the far corner, Ty Adams trying to go for it, and then off the glass. Going for it now is Boylan behind the net. Controlled by Windham. They're looking to cut this in half. It's blocked by Adams. Loose puck, and it trickles its way in. And that'll be Josh Trudell who will get credit for the goal. And that one is going to hurt, as this will make it a 2-1 game. Windham scoring on a lucky bounce. And the Kings have given up their first goal of the year with 11:56 left here in period number 3 of game number 2.
78 minutes and 4 seconds to start the season of scorelessness for Cam Roberge, and now it's going to be tough here with 11:56 remaining to keep this from allowing Windham to score anymore.
Turning around, moving it up ice now is Blake Paquette.
Offsides. Windham doesn't realize that they have to get back.
Fighting for the puck, Boylan, he'll pin Cicchetto into the wall, and then is checked. Boylan is hit into Vachon. Knocked up and then sent back down by Windham. It'll redirect its way behind the net. Ty Adams with a long pass that finds the stick of Boylan and then is knocked back to Canton. Boylan pins Mantino against the wall, and the puck will find its way back to Canton. Lifts it up the ice, and that will be icing with 11:13 left.
One goal just changed everything here, Zach. I feel the energy has been lost from what was a confident 2-0 lead to now just being up 2-1, and Windham has really put the gas pedal down, trying to capitalize on any mistakes the Kings are to have.
Dumped into the corner and controlled. Heading for the puck now is Trudell. Trudell cuts around. Trudell to the slot, and a save by Roberge. Great opportunity for Freddie Barker, but Cam Roberge shuts him down.
He puts the sword back in as he sent a screamer there, but Cam was able to cause that to be stopped right there.
It looks like that the Kings have come out a little slow here, fellas. I don't know what's going on with them, but they almost got caught sleeping there.
Face off. Nasora moves this over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin holds behind the net. Chance for Windham. Down into the low, far near corner. Could have been a good pass, but nobody there. And now Tessier will race his way across the defenders. And puck staying in. Canton will dump it. That's a good defensive stop there from Windham.
I wasn't sure if there was going to be a penalty. It seemed like there was a lot of anger from the Kings bench underneath me, but nothing was called there by Mike Tooth and Dave Levesque.
Yeah, that was broken up by number 12, Grayson Quaglietta.
Quaglietta will hold this on the far side near corner and will be picked up by Kramer, who will send it himself back behind and connecting with Quaglietta. Adams can't get it out of the neutral zone, and now Windham has a chance walking in. Blocked by Canton. Another great Manchester block. The puck up in the air. Actually knocking it through the legs of Sam Kramer was Ryan Boylan. Tripp shoots one off of the blocker of Robles. Vachon able to keep it in. Canton shoots and a save. Rebound, Boylan! Gobbled up by Robles. That was a juicy rebound, Bells. Those ones kind of make your heart race a little bit extra as a goalie after you cough one up like that.
Yeah, even watching up here from the booth, that kind of made my heart drop.
The juicy rebounds are always the most difficult. You know, it hits off your pads and just ricochets right to the opponent. And, well, 9:39 to go. Still a 2-1 lead for Manchester.
Yeah, going off of that, Kyle, I think that both these goalies tonight, they've controlled the rebounds well. There hasn't been many of those tonight.
Most of the time, teams like Manchester or Windham will make you pay for coughing up rebounds like that. That'll be an icing on Manchester as we are under 9.5 minutes left in the final period of regulation. It's a 2-1 lead here for the Manchester Kings over the Windham Jaguars.
Coming off the ice, doing some changes here. Volcanis comes off, quite loud hitting that door.
Sliding it forward and then moving it into the near corner. Windham trying to facilitate something. Behind the net, waiting and waiting is Paquette. High up in the air, falling behind the net. To the near side, Sloper will send it down and Manchester can change. In front of the red line, Canton can dump it. Under 9 minutes. A 1-goal lead here for the Kings. 2-1 is the score.
I know it's only the second game of the year for both teams. This almost has a playoff atmosphere as they both want to get this victory.
This has also been extremely competitive, Kyle. No icing. Here's Adams. Adams will drop this back. Canton sending it down the ice.
Seems like a lot of chasing going on here from Manchester, saying, okay, you guys want this puck? Here you go. Go get it down this way.
Here's Nasora along the far side. Johnny Nasora can't get it by Josh Martino. And a great poke check by Andrew McLaughlin. McLaughlin had Nasora, couldn't connect with him. Canton able to keep this in the zone and shoot it off the glass. 8 minutes left. Centering pass to Tessier. Canton with some room. Shot saved by Robles. And now it's Trudell. Drop pass back for nobody. Canton able to shoot this off the glass and now kept in. Solid check by Nasora. Behind the net. Windham looking for something. Centering pass, but instead of a Windham Jaguar, it's Andrew McLaughlin there, and the puck will roll its way down behind the Windham net. Kicked into center ice. Off the glass. Vulcanis is in the area. He's got Parsons to his right. He'll move it up ice. He's got Cade Tripp. Tripp entering the zone.
Oh, that's
going to be a penalty. Cade's going to go back to the box. Delayed penalty. Cade Tripp is going back to the penalty box. This time, I believe, for either a slash or some action, illegal action with the stick.
I'm thinking it's hooking here, Zach. He
Yep.
kind of got caught up with the Windham player there.
At the same time, he was thinking that his stick was being held, so what else is he supposed to do? He can't get past there. But either way, the refs have the whistles for a reason. They make this call. So with 7:03 remaining, this is a huge penalty kill here for the Kings. And really, the whistles have been pretty quiet here. And we got 2, 4, what do we got? 6 guys out here right now for the Kings. This is, I don't think what they were trying to do.
It's just been some miscommunication.
Face-off won by the Jaguars.
Open man, they shoot. Oh, Robert's got a piece of it and sent it behind the net, but that was a great first shot of the power play. A sign of what could be good things to come for Windham. That's off Tessier. Down low, it's Peluso. Peluso waits, shoots, save. Juicy rebound, that one going behind the net. First big rebound I think Bill's given up by Roberge. Peluso in the slot. Peluso with a backhand going behind the net. Volcanis kind of tripped but was still able to get it out of danger zone. Tessier couldn't clear it. And now Windham sending it down low, and Roberge able to get to the other post, but no shot off from Carrier.
Yeah, that was a bouncing puck, and that's very frustrating. He had the whole entire right side of the net open.
Puck battle. This is Trudell over for Tessier. Tessier just clear it, and he will. And they're going to make a change. 6 minutes left in the third, under a minute left in the penalty. Fresh legs out for the Kings, and what will be their most important kill of the game up to this point. This is Trudell moving it over to the far side. Boylan trying to get in his way. Cutting, spinning. Paquette behind the net. Paquette moving it over, facilitating this over to Martino. Martino shoots and ring it off the iron and deflecting off behind the net and dumped down by Matt Vachon. 25 seconds left in the Cade Trent penalty. Boylan in pursuit of the puck. It's off of Boylan, and more time killing the penalties. That's just unlucky for Windham. Right place, right time for Boylan. That killed an extra couple of seconds off. That could play very importantly into this kill. Chopping for it. Great work by Boylan, working the puck free, and Manchester's going to kill the penalty. Cade Tripp out of the box. McLaughlin will take his spot on the ice, and we're back to full strength and under 5 minutes to go. Off the skate of Frederick Barker, who gets hit almost into the Manchester bench by Ty Adams.
Good thing that door was shut. That would have been really bad for both players.
Not a friendly hit there whatsoever from Ty. Sent down by McLaughlin. Move back over. This is Peluso with the puck waiting, sending it back over for for Martino rather. Cutting through is Nasora. Nasora retrieving himself the puck and sending it toward the net, and it's picked up by Peluso. Ethan Peluso finding Barker. Barker finding the wrong guy. It was Canton who will send it down for Manchester and kill more time. Manchester leading 2-1 with 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third period. Zach Johnston, Braden LaBelle's Kyle Heavey here on Channel 16 of Manchester Public Television. We have seen some great hockey here at the J. Sloper turns it over, and that could have been dangerous, but sliding on the ice there was Carrier, and nothing coming from that opportunity.
Will got lucky there. It looked like
Here's Kramer. Glove save by Cam. A big stop by Roberge. 3:47 left in the third.
unbelievable right there. I mean, Will kind of coughs it up, and looks like the Windham player actually stepped on his skate, and that's why he fell down. And we're going to take a timeout here with 3:47 remaining so that both teams can get adjusted and figure out what to do here, as this is a huge face-off with 3:47 remaining. And boy, didn't expect this type of game here on night 2 of the season here.
I expected this type of game. I expected a competitive battle. I mean, to me, Manchester, Kyle, and Braden have not had to play competitively like this. I mean, they blew out Goffstown 6-0, but for pretty much the whole third period, they weren't playing like there was something to lose. Right now, this is definitely a different situation for this Manchester team. And like we've pointed out, we're seeing them play a little slower and not as fast as we're expecting this team that excels with their speed doing.
Yeah, it seems like ever since the first period, Manchester just kind of got content with where they are. I mean, it seems like this third period, they haven't done anything particularly well, in my opinion.
They've had, you can argue they've had one really good minute, and that's why they're winning, which is very true. Maybe they went into that. To me, if I'm a hockey coach or a hockey player who had such a great end of the first period, I'm not walking into the second period excited or cocky that we're up 2-0. I'm saying, hey, we got a good momentum. Let's push this forward. Let's take this 1 minute at the end of the period and extend this kind of pressure into the next 20 or 30. Unfortunately, they have not done that, and it's shown.
Yeah, it seems like that the Kings have kind of played down to the Jaguars level here.
It has, but Windham hasn't been not down at all. Manchester could have very well put this game away in the second period. It's a race to the puck. Frank usually wins these. He does. Rebound. Oh, they couldn't get it. They had a huge chance. Nothing goes. A weird deflection shot by Kramer. Fighting for the puck. Drive on the blue line going wide from Josh Martino. In the corner waiting for the puck. Receiving the puck and taking it is Trudell. Josh Trudell tried to pass it to Kramer. Kept on side. Shooting. Saved by Roberge. Going for the puck. Sam Kramer behind the net. Waiting and nobody there.
Oh, that's a tough pill to swallow right there, as Windham really had momentum there.
And that allows Manchester to change and get fresh legs out on the ice. Under 3 minutes to go. Still 2-1 Manchester. Goals from Johnny and Frank. Now a rolling puck will be played by Robles. Cutting back, a good change of direction there from Ethan Peluso. Kramer shoots, save, rebound, controlled by Manchester. Sloper with a long pass, going off the stick of Martino, offsides, the call.
That's a tough one right there, Zach and Bells. The puck came out of the zone. You still want to kind of get possession. You're not trying to be offsides, but the referees have to call it. The puck, you can't give up to Manchester at the same time. But now we got a whistle with, again, like Zach said, 2:24 remaining in this third period.
Yeah, not much you can really do there.
Off the draw, Windham will take it out, and then hitting the deck there is Blake Paquette. And Paquette gets hit by Canton. Windham trying to set something up, centering pass, nobody there. Frederick Barker, shoot, save, rebound. Puck loose in the crease, kept out by Canton. 2 minutes left. Windham looking to tie it, blocked by Adams, kept out, still in the slot, save, loose puck, it's out. Taken by Johnny, and Manchester will take it away. Johnny Boy racing down the wing, and they score on the empty net, and Johnny's got two. Nasora puts it away. It's 3-1. They still got to hold tight for the next minute 54, but the Kings lead by 2 again. And I'm going to be completely honest, I had no idea they pulled the goalie.
Same here.
They didn't make it very obvious. But the Kings, Johnny Nasora scoring his 3rd goal of the season. He's got 3 Genos in 2 games.
Whew, I feel like I can breathe. That was just a barrage right in front of Cam down there on the offensive zone, and now we got a penalty against Windham as well, so they're going to have to finish this game 5-on-4.
Gragliata will go to the box.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but something happened down here by Mr. Roberge. I don't know if there was a scrum between him and Tyler Adams, but I don't know what happened.
McLaughlin will come out for Adams.
Adams just gave out I don't want to come out of the game, coach, type sounds right there. So, minute 54 in this game.
On the penalty kill of the Jaguars, shooting and turned away by Roberge. Manchester needs to hold it. A little turnover there from McLaughlin. Holding it behind the net is Kramer.
There, passes it back, but
Tessier couldn't control it. Now he does, but the puck's still rolling around. Centering pass, nobody there. A lot of unsuccessful centering passes here for Windham. They've tried to set that up, but Manchester has done a great job of defending it. Same in the Goffstown game. Nasora just hit the ground hard, got right back up on his feet.
yeah, that's that.
When you got 2 goals in one game, you get extra energy. A lifted stick, and Johnny will dump it, no icing. The Kings lead 3-1 with 1 minute left to play in the period. Coach Baker.
Yeah, Coach Baker you could hear him probably on the mic there. Keep it down there, just kill the clock. And we'll see what Manchester does there.
Tessier waits, dumps. Windham trailing by 2. Here's Sloper to Tessier, and they couldn't connect. Long pass will be retrieved by Windham, and McLaughlin in the way of that.
And an icing with 24 seconds.
And that'll be iced.
Well, it's still a long 24 seconds to try to finish this game off with a.
Hey, we've seen Manchester score 2 goals in 18 seconds, so that's more of the reason for Coach Baker to want this puck to be possessed as long as possible.
And it looks like because of an icing, they have to bring the other players out there.
5-on-4 for 24 seconds. Manchester looking to hold off Windham for another 24 seconds.
And I'm loving seeing Samantha Williams out here for Windham in the last few seconds, getting some chance to play with the boys here. She's battling down here, and
10 seconds left. And Manchester will start the season with a 2-0 record. Johnny Nasora with 3 goals in 2 games, a commanding win on Monday, and a hard-fought win on Wednesday. Manchester Kings are 2-0 to start the season. I don't think, Kyle, you could have asked for a better start.
No,
I mean, maybe this game could have been a little cleaner, but 2-0 with, what, a 9-1 +8 goal differential in the first 2 games? Can't complain.
no, not at all. And this is much more difficult than the other night to try to pick our 3 stars of the game.
Absolutely. Before we get there, I'll ask Mr. Goalie, Braden LeBelzik, play from Roberto Robles and Cameron Roberge. What stood out to you the most that saw this result being a 3-1 game?
I would say that their rebound control was pretty good, other than the third periods. Those third periods rebound controls, they weren't the greatest, but other than that, they saw the puck well tonight. Each of them active with their hands. All around, they played pretty well.
I wouldn't necessarily if I'm if I'm Windham, I'm really putting this game into perspective and saying, take away 18 seconds of that first period, it's 1-1. And I think because Windham squandered so many opportunities on the power play, it saw their defeat 3-1 to the Manchester Kings. Let's do our 3 stars of the game here, gentlemen.
Bells, you got anyone? I mean, I think our number 1.
Clearly will. All right, well, I got my 1 and my 2.
Yeah, so 3 is a tough one to me.
3, I'll give it to Frank. Frank, obviously, up and down the ice is a speedster all the time, able to affect offensively and defensively, also getting the goal, the second one to end the period in the first. But it's clearly obvious that we can't give the 1 and 2 stars not to Cam Roberge and Johnny Nasora. I'm going to give number 2 to Cam today. He has been outstanding to start the year, giving up just 1 goal, and that goal being on a weird deflection to start the year. Ever so solid between the pipes is Cam Roberge, but he's really impressing me with his consistency this season. And the 1 star is going to go to Johnny, no question. 2 goals to give his team a 3-1 win, one of them being an empty netter, one of them being an absolute rocket to end the first period.
Oh, we've had a great week of hockey here, and we'll continue to enjoy the rest of this NHIAA Division I hockey season between the Trinity Pioneers and the Manchester Kings. For Executive Director Jason Cody, for Operations Specialist Joe Lahr, for Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, my name is Kyle Levy, Zach Johnson, Braden LeBelzik. We'll look forward to more games with you. Zach, I know you got some college hockey that you're going to be commentating, so congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing and hearing what those games are like, and we'll look forward to the Brian C. Stone Memorial Christmas Hockey Tournament coming up in just a few weeks as well. So happy holidays, everyone, and the Kings win again.